Good morning everyone, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today we're going to get to crocheting a little bit later, but this morning we're going to go get some coffee, go to a farmer's market, play some badminton. I don't think I'm going to be filming that part, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I was working on this a little bit off camera and I did run out of one of the colours. I ran out of the turquoise colour that I was working with the green in this round, so I might take stock of a few colours that I need just in case we end up near the craft store, otherwise we might need to go sometime this week. I don't know quite what I'll get up to when I get home. I haven't really done any of my micro crochet earrings while I've been filming this series. I've made 2 for Etsy orders, but other than that I haven't really made anything. There are a few that I want to make for presents, so I might come home and make those. I know I want to make my mom a pair and maybe a few other people. My micro crochet earrings are my full-time job and yet I haven't really made any on this series, so I feel like I need to correct that. Let's see what threads I need and then let's go get some coffee. Hello. It has been a while since I last did that intro. We left the house at 9 o'clock this morning and it is now 3:15. We did come home briefly for like half an hour, but this morning while we were out, we got an email inviting us to a flat viewing this afternoon, so we just went and did that. If you missed that in one of the previous Vlogmas videos, I can't remember which one. We are currently looking for a house because we are moving out at the end of January, so we went and did that, and now we're finally back. We've been all over today. I'm honestly kind of exhausted. It has been a big day. Bought a few things this morning. I didn't bring any of them over with me. Let me go grab them. Putting my coffee on the carpet, maybe not the best idea. We'll see. So yes, I went to the craft store this morning. Bought some of my threads that I'm missing for my temperature blanket. I bought so many threads for it, so hopefully we don't run out again, or at least not until later on in the blanket. I tried to estimate how many I would need since I have most of the temperatures down already, so we have at least one spare for every color now. So that's good. We can continue on that sometime this week. I'm not going to work on it today. I also went and bought more of like a art book kind of. Looks like this. I think I already showed it. I really want to try junk journaling. If you haven't heard of it before, it's kind of like scrapbooking, but less with pictures and more of just like collecting things throughout the day. The logo off a serviette, or the sticker off an apple, or your movie ticket stub or something like that, and just collecting them in a journal as a kind of like a memento of your day or what you've been up to that week. I just really love the idea of it, especially for traveling. Not as much for just day to day, but definitely for traveling, because I kind of do this already a little bit. I always like to keep my tickets and things like that, but I never have a place to put them. So this would be a nice way of kind of keeping them in a safe space. The thing is that I don't get that many things throughout my day during the week usually. Even if we go to a cafe, there's nothing I can get from a cafe. Like, cafes don't really have branded serviettes or anything anymore. Like, there's nothing that I could grab from a cafe that I could stick in a journal. So I don't know how useful it is going to be for day to day, but definitely for traveling. I've also thought about it in terms of a crafty journal of sorts, where if I'm working with specific colors in a day kind of thing, I could take little samples of the colors I was working with and paste in a little, I don't know, the red, green, and blue that I was using with that day, and have like an inch of thread in there just to sort of say, oh yeah, that's the colors I was working with that day. Or if I rewind one of these embroidery threads, I could take the little tag off this and stick it in there, that kind of a thing. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research. If you do any junk journaling, I'd love to know how you do it, and if you do it in your week-to-week life, or if you just keep it for special occasions. I'd like to know. But like things like this, the craft store I go to have a little stamped logo on their bag. Like, I could cut a piece of that out. I think the whole thing is a bit big, but I could cut a little piece of that out, being like, oh, I went to the craft store today, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I will definitely have to play around with it. I think it will evolve the more I do it. I think it will be fun and just like a little way of remembering my days. I thought spiral bound might be a little bit better, because I think since I'm putting things between the pages, I think it will be able to expand a little bit better. Maybe. We'll see. It is also craft paper, so the paper is brown, which I feel like things would look nice on white paper, but this might also give it a nice like crafty feel. That was my tiny little haul for today. We definitely need to make something today. I want to make some earrings, and I think I just want to make some for myself. I do need to make presents for people at some point, but I just need to put a lot more thought into what I'm actually going to make friends and family. I think I want to make some slightly Christmassy earrings. I'm thinking I've made so many granny squares during Vlogmas. I need to stop, but I just can't. I just like a good granny square. So I think I might make some Christmas granny square earrings, because I think they would be fun and festive and just a good time. So I think they're just going to be literally red and green. I've been watching Passionate Kelsey's Vlogmas as well, and she's been making a tree skirt with a red and 2 different greens, and it's been looking really nice. So I think maybe I would want to kind of take inspiration from that and do similar colors for some little granny square earrings. So let's go through these and find some Christmas colors. These are all of my Gutermann top stitch threads. If we can't find some Christmas colors in here, there is something wrong. If we can't find a good red and green color combination out of this, we're in trouble. I'm gonna go through these and pick 3, maybe 4, and then we can decide from there. 2 reds and 2 greens. I'm not quite sure whether I want to go for more of a yellowish green like these, or more of a, I don't know, cool toned green like those. Reds are a lot easier to decide between. There aren't as many of those. Okay, I think I've made a decision. I think I'm gonna go for these. Wait, do I want a darker red? Do I want the darker red? Okay, I think I've made my final decision. We're gonna go with these. The greens aren't quite your classic Christmas greens, I feel. I feel like the classic Christmas green is like this kind of green, but I really like these colors together, so I think I'm going to use these. I'm not sure if I'm going to incorporate any white. I don't think so. I think just these would be cute. Yeah, I'm going to figure out my configuration, but yeah, we're just going to make some little granny square earrings out of these, which I think will be really sweet. And these are just going to be for myself to wear because I want more Christmas earrings. Let's do it.
And I also realized that we never actually seen her furniture yet. I think it's really cute. She's got a good vibe to her space, and she did describe.
I have gotten barely anything done. I may or may not have had a nap. I've gotten my whole 2 granny squares done so far and they're looking very different. I'm gonna make them tiered earrings, so hopefully I can work in both of the greens a little bit more. We have both of the reds in both of them, but only the greens appear once in each, so hopefully we can tie them in a bit more with a few more layers to it. I'll do that in a minute, but I figured we should do this. We're up to day 9, I think, right? Yeah, we did 8, so we must be up to 9. Where is it? Is there a 9? Oh, there it is. There it is. Got 9 up here. I feel like we've gotten so many of the caramel sea salt in a row. But there's another one. I'm not sure what else I have planned this week. It is Sunday, which is why I'm feeling particularly lazy today. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I have planned this week. I have definitely got to make some Christmas presents this week. I have a friend's Christmas party on Saturday next week, and we need a Secret Santa for that. We do the kind of pass the parcel Secret Santa, so anyone could get any present. So, oh, my boyfriend's doing voiceovers. Let me do this a little bit quieter so he doesn't get me talking in the background. Yes, so we have to have a Secret Santa for that next week. So yeah, it just needs to be like a generalized present. It's not for anyone specific, just kind of, it should be suitable for everyone. I should probably get into some of my other Christmas presents as well. I'd love to go into town this week. There are a few seasonal Christmassy kind of desserts and things that I've seen some cafes doing that I would really like to get. I'm also getting my hair cut this week, which will be very fun. This is getting so long and raggedy. I am getting so sick of it. I'm probably not going to chop off much of it. I just need to chop off the ends so that they're a little bit healthier and maybe get a little bit of a restyle. I'm not sure. Thinking about a little bit of a fringe, but I'll see if I'm brave enough. I'm also going to ask their advice whether they think that I am suited to that. I've booked a type of restyle appointment where they do a face analysis of, they take your face shape and see what comes out as what would suit your face shape the best. So I'm very curious to see what will come out of that. I'm going to a new salon that I haven't been to before, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'm definitely going to be working on my temperature blanket this week. Quite a few of you have also said that you'd love to see my granny square sweater done, so I will probably pull that out again as well and reassess whether I have enough yarn to finish to make another row on the bottom. Yeah, it'll be exciting to see what comes up this week. The video's not finishing yet. I'm still going to finish these granny squares, but I just wanted to sit and chat for a little minute. It is coming up on dinner time kind of soon, so I will be ending the vlog kind of soon, but I do want to finish these granny squares first because I need to have something crafty done in this video, because otherwise I'm not really living up to my cup of coffee crochet name. I've had 2 coffees today. The crochet, however, is a little bit lacking. The sun is a little bit ridiculous, but I can't be bothered moving. So it looks like I've got a mustache. Why? I don't know if that's any better. Anyway, we finished some earrings. It is a lot later in the day than I usually finish filming, but I really wanted to finish these so that I would have a finished object for today. I know it doesn't matter, I could have finished these tomorrow, but I really wanted to have them done, but this is what they ended up looking like. They're quite cute. The colours didn't quite end up working the way I thought they were going to. I was randomizing the colours, which is why they are quite random. But yeah, I think they're quite cute. The green is very like a Grinch green, which I didn't really think about when I started, but that's also quite cute. I'm glad to have some Christmas granny squares. I do just love a classic granny square, and I love making them like this big, because they're just quite the statement earring, and I like a statement earring. So let me change these before we finish up. If they'll face forward, not get stuck in my hair. My goodness, that sun is so bright. Can you even see that one? It's just completely in shadows. Anyway, there we go. I think they're cute. I like them. I will probably wear them a lot throughout this month because I don't have any big Christmas earrings. I feel like all of my Christmas earrings are kind of subtle, which is usually what people want, but I want big Christmas earrings. Yeah, they took me quite a while, to be honest. It is now almost 8 o'clock, and I usually start editing these at like 6:30 max. So editing this video might need to go into tomorrow morning, but we will see. I also don't think I think I've completely forgotten to upload tonight's video, so I need to go do that before I even start editing this one. Lots to do, but it is a lazy Sunday, so I'm giving myself some grace. Yeah, I think that will probably end off this video. This was a fun day. It was a very busy day. This afternoon wasn't very productive, but I did have a very busy rest of my day, so I just kind of wanted to chill a little bit, and I'm glad we did have something to do this afternoon. As I mentioned this week, there are a few things on my list. Definitely need to make some presents, continuing on my temperature blanket now that I have all the threads for that. I want to continue making my anchor tee. I would love to finish that this week, but we'll see. You guys have also mentioned the granny square sweater. Lots of things. So lots to look forward to. Before I end the video, I did want to give a big shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you are interested, I make monthly earring tutorials. A little something like this, usually a little bit more intricate than just some granny squares, but there is a granny square tutorial on there as well. If that sounds interesting to you, I will leave that link down below. Obviously no pressure. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. I will be trying to upload every day in December up until Christmas, so there is a lot of fun to be had, and a lot of crocheting and knitting and cross stitch and all of the things. Other than that, I think that's all I have to say, but I will see you guys all tomorrow. Bye!